Hi everyone, welcome to the day 13 of learning data science. And yes, yesterday we discussed about the list. Sorry, my bad. Yesterday we discussed about the sets, the basics of sets, what are the features of set, what are the certain functions we can perform with sets. So these all things we have been discussed. And today what we will do, we will discuss further more about the sets. So first, what I always say to you guys is just open the Python mind map, and how you can open the Python mind map is the same thing. You just write Python and just write mind map here. Okay. So a pop-up will be displayed here, the result, and when you just click on it, the mind map will be in your screen. And I hope you guys by this time knows how to operate the mind map. I'm doing, I'm just opening my Anaconda Navigator because Spider is located in that ID itself. So yes, uh, till now when my Spider is being opened, what I will do, I will just open the mind map, and I hope you guys are studying this mind map at least 4 to 5 times a day, every day. So here is the set operations. When I will click on it, you can see that yesterday we discussed about how to add elements inside the set, what are the certain functions, what are the certain features pertaining to set. So I want you guys to just write on the chat box, or you can write in the comment section as well, that what are the features of set. And yes, till then my Spider is opening. You just try writing those in the chat box. Okay. So I think you guys have written it. So I will discuss what are the certain features of set. So the very first feature related to set is that it is unordered and it is unindexed. The second feature related to set is whenever we are declaring the set, it should be in curly braces. What are the third point relating to set is set doesn't contain any duplicate values. And the fourth point is uh, set can contain all the data types, but we have to make sure that the data type should be in hashable type. Just for example, set and list is not hashable. So within a set, list and set will be not there. It's like it can't contain, because there will be an error saying unhashable data type. And these things we have discussed yesterday in the meet itself. So these are the 4 points which we have discussed it. And what are the very fifth point which we discussed relating to set is that fifth point. I want you guys to mention it, whatever I have just haven't mentioned. Okay, so now just let's start my Spider. Okay, so here, so the very first thing which we will do in Spider is, and why I suggest you guys to use Spider, because again, Spider is a beginner friendly, and Spider allows various features with which certain IDs just like PyCharm and VS Code, and then these all IDs doesn't provide such. So what are the features regarding is that in the variables explorer, you can see the variable names here, and in the plot section also you can see, and you can use it like a REPL, means like you can execute each line of code one by one. You can see here when I will go in variable explorer, you can see the list is there, and when I will click on it, you will see this various functions. So Spider is just interesting, and how you can create a new file in Spider is just like as simple as creating a new file in Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint. Just go here in file, just click it on new file, and you can see a new file is already being created. So here what we will do, I will just increase my font, and then we will start with the things which is to be done today. Okay. So first of first, what I will do, I will just declare a set quickly. Here I will just use a s here, and here I will just write some values. Sorry, my bad, it was list. I will write some values, some integer values, then I will use some float va- then I will use some float values, then I will use some boolean, then I will use some complex number, then I will use string. Okay, so these are the values related to set. Okay. And when I will execute this line of code, what we discussed yesterday was the very first function, which is add. And how we can add the two sets is just as simple as executing the function named add. And how to operate that function, it's simple. You have to just write the variable name, and what else you have to do, you have to just write the function name, and within that function name you can add any values pertaining to that function. And it is the basic syntax for writing any function in Python. First you have to write the variable name, whether it's string, list, or tuple. Just write the variable name in which the certain list or tuple is being defined, and after writing that variable name, put a dot and then write the function name here. Okay, and here I want to add, just for example, my name Avinash. Okay, I had added here successfully, and I will print here as, then let's execute this line of code. So you can see this line of code is been exactly executed, and you can see that Avinash is being added somewhere manually in between the string, and that totally defines that list, or sorry, set is unordered and unindexed. For that reason, Avinash hasn't been added at the end. It got added somewhere in the between itself. Okay. So this was the one set. Let me include one more set here. And in this, what I will do, I will just hold some string. Sorry, my bad, it was list. What I will do, I will just hold some string values. I will hold some integer as well. So these are the values of set one, S1. Now the very first thing is like, what you guys have to make sure that is it's totally the mathematical term. What do you understand by intersection, and what do you understand by union? Okay. So for that, I want you guys to just answer in the comment section, what do you mean by these certain two terms which I have told it right now. So union, what does union means? Union means that we have to fetch the certain common elements. For example, you are using any joins in SQL. So union means the inner join which you are performing it, right? So in simple terms, which I can relate, is the join is something which is in common when we are taking any union. Okay, common in the sense means what? Common in the sense is like, for example, you guys have went to appear for some interview. Okay, some interview, or just say for some exam of your 12th exam, of your graduation exam. but the center it's isn't into your particular college or in your particular school, right? The center is somewhere else. Or for example, you have went in some interview, right? And when you have went in the interview, you have seen, you have saw that two or three peoples were from your college, five to six peoples were from different college, five to six peoples were from your same college but from the different from your same city as well. Okay, so what is the common in this? When you will go for the college, these four to peoples are common. Why common? Because they are inside that interviewer room, and the common in between you is that you are from the same college and all others are from different. So we took a common elements, and who were not common, that was segregated. So basically union means taking the common elements. So how we can execute this line of code? Okay, so what I will do, I will write simple statement, that is s dot, I will write simply union, Nion, union. And union of what? I have to check what are the common element, common values of S which is present in S1. For that reason, I have written it. So if I will execute it, you can see like 2, 1, 2, these are all there. Okay, means what here? Oh, sorry, my bad. Common union means it just removes the common elements. Okay, it's like when you have went in an interview or something, the people from your same colleges, either any one of you will be getting selected, right? Because the interviewer might think, okay, just like take one brilliant student from this college, take one brilliant student from another college, right? So that means union. We are removing the common values which is present in both the sets. So here you can see it clearly that S union S1, first it was this complex number, then it was 1, and again 1 is present here two times. Means like in set S, 1 was also there, and in set 1, 1 was also there. Similarly, it goes with 2.0 as well. You can see 2.0. But only one time these two elements got printed. Why? Because of the same reason we are removing the duplicate values. And when I will perform the intersection part, and when I will do it as dot intersection, intersection on what? Intersection on S1. Okay, and if I will execute this line of code, you can see that these two common elements were there. So intersection means common elements, union means the elements which are not in common. So I hope you guys have understood what is the meaning of union, what is the meaning of intersection, and most importantly, how we can perform this function inside a sector. Okay. Now what I will do, I will just define one more set here, and I will name it S3, and here I will write, just for example, I will write here 1, I will write here 2.0, 2.0, I will write here 2, I will write here string, I will write here false, I will write here some random values. Okay, so you have seen I've executed this. Again, these three sets are there. Now what we should do, just okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just I've added these lines for you guys for your sake. Okay. So what I did, I've just added this particular set for you guys to understand it much better. And these three sets are there. These three sets I have defined it. And now let's perform operations upon these three sets. Okay. So what I will do, I will just write a print statement here, and I have to take the union of all the three sets. Means like I have to remove the common values which are not present in all the three. I have to remove the common values which are present in all these three sets. Okay. So what I will do, just a simple thing, I will write s dot union here, and in the bracket itself I will write set 1 and comma set 2. Okay, so now my bad, it's not 2, basically it's 3. Let's execute this. Okay, so let's execute this, and you can see here itself that 1 2 1 2, these 1 and 2.0 were the common elements in all these three sets, and these all got removed. Okay. And what if we'll try the intersection? Let's see the common elements in all these three sets, and write s dot s dot intersection of what? Intersection of s1, s3. Okay. And let's try to execute this. We can see these two elements are only present in all these three sets. Here, you can see it. Okay. Now just let's mix match the values. I will write here s1, and I will write here s itself. Now we have switched the values. Now let's see. Yeah, it doesn't matter whenever whether you are switching the values, whether you are switching the variable names, it will always give you the common value which is present in all these three sectors. Okay. So I hope you guys have understood what how we can perform the various functions, like uh, various function in the sense union and intersection part. Again, union means what? Union is the same thing as if I'll write s s1. Okay, I've written it and if I'll print it, you can see it. If I will write here s dot union s1, and if I execute this line of code, then you can see the values, the output which we got is same. And what does it mean? It means instead of union, we can use this slash as well, the perpendicular slash. Don't use the slanting one. Just use the perpendicular one. Now we have learned what are the operator we can use while defining union. You can either write union or you can use this. Okay, just take example here. Instead of this, if I'm writing here, okay, let's not remove this. Just copy this thing, paste it below, and instead of union, what we will do, we will write consider this. Okay, and let's try executing. It will give you a error. Why? Because it is a invalid syntax. Okay, so what you have to do in this case, you have to write remove this, and when you will remove this, you can see that it is an operand type, and for the separate union values, you have to use this every time. Okay. So every time means after everything. Okay. And if I will use this, basically here will be S1. Let's try executing this. It is unmatched. Okay. Let's execute this. And now let's execute this. So you can see the values is same. That means instead of union, we can use this. And what's the meaning of intersection? Instead of intersection, what we do, we can use the AND function. We can use the AND function here. Not basically the AND function, basically the AND symbol. There is some issues with my keyboard with this parenthesis closing part, which is basically zero. So I'm copy pasting the things. So you can see here S1, and then I have to put here AND, then I have to write here S, then I have to put AND, then I have to write here S3. And if I will execute this two line of code, then you will certainly see the answer. Okay. So instead of union, we were using perpendicular slash, and instead of intersection, we can use AND as well. It will give you the same output. I hope you guys have understood it. Like what are union and what are intersections, what operators we can use instead of union function and intersection function. If you haven't understood, then just go a little back in this video, watch as many times as you feel doing so, because this thing is getting recorded, and yes, it will be available for to you in the YouTube lifetime until the YouTube decides to ban my videos. Okay. So yeah, now the next thing which we will do taking the difference between the two sets. Difference between the two sets here, no? Difference between the two sets. And how we can calculate it is same as simple as that. That for example, we just let's take here S4, and here in S4, what I will do, I will just try doing it S minus S minus S1. S1 is there. Yeah. So if I execute this, and if I print S4, and just look at the output in the console part, you can see S minus S1, basically what it does, S minus S1 is removing the common values and it's printing which is the unique in it. Okay. Basically, S minus S1, what it does, all the values from S. Okay. All the values from S which are not common. So what are the values not common in S is true, this, and string. These are the values which are not in common, and it will remove the common values from S1. And if we'll do the vice versa, let me copy this code and let me print it here. So for you better understanding. And for example, in S5, what I will do, I will just try executing it S1 minus S. So I want you guys to answer what will be this. And if I will use this, so what it will do, it will remove all the common values of S1 which is present in S. I am repeating what this particular statement will do. It will remove all the common values of S1 which is present in S, and it will print S1 after removing the common values. So what are the common values is 1, 2.0. These two are the common values, and what output we will get? We will get the output set as this. Okay, so now let's execute it. Here, just let me write here as 5. And if I execute this, when it execute this, you can see that these four values got printed. It removed these two because these were common. So I hope you guys have understood what is the meaning of difference, how we can difference it, what is the difference between the two sets, how we can calculate it if you want to remove the certain values of set 1 from set 2, then yeah, you can use the difference thing. And the next function which we are going to learn is the disjoint function. Disjoint. Okay. So what's the syntax? It is here like this, is disjoint. And what this particular function does, it checks if nothing is in common between two sets. If nothing is common in two sets. Okay. So what I will do, I will just check if s dot disjoint s1, and if I execute this, you'll see set object has no attribute called as disjoint. What is the total? Means like full, it is disjoint, as I told you guys. Okay. And if I execute it, it will give the false because the values are repeating here. What if just let's take a value s2 here, and in s2 what I will write, s2 I will just write with the different numbers. I will write with the different numbers which are not in common. Okay. Okay, I will just write the different. Okay, and when I will execute this, you can see that S and S2 doesn't have any common values. So when I will perform this set in S2, then the answer will be true. It will not be false. So now let's execute it. So you can see value is 2. So basically what this disjoint function does, it disjoint function means if there is nothing in common between the two sets. Okay. So today we are going to stop it here, or what we can do, we can just perform the last function is clear part. Okay. So if we want to clear anything from the set, so we can use the clear function, clear function. And what it does, uh, it removes the values. Basically, what it does, it clears the value. It clears the values in the set. Okay. And how to perform it is as simple as that. As I have told you guys that uh, you can use the particular variable name, then you can use the function name. So if I want to clear the values of set s, so what I will do, I will write s dot clear, and when I will execute it, I can see it's been clearly executed, and I will print s here. You can see none values will be printed in set. No values is there. If I'll write s here and if I will execute this line of code, you can see set means no values is being present here. Okay, so clear function means this. If I'll execute this line of code, I have restored the value of s. And when I will print now s, you can see the values is there. But as soon as I perform this particular function, and when I try to print this, you can see the values have been removed. So these are already the functions. If you want to remove any values, if you want to check that is there any common thing in sets, if there is nothing common in sets, then you can use disjoin is disjoin function. We have talked about union, we have talked about intersection, we have talked about what are the operators we can use instead of union and instead of intersection. So for today, you guys, the homework will be again practicing the 500 lines of code, because as usual, I say coding is just same as like you are learning how to drive a car using YouTube, and using how to swim using YouTube. And these two things, you can't learn it until you jumped into it. To learn how to swim, you have to jump inside the swimming pool. To learn how to drive a car, you have to jump inside a car in the driver's seat. Then you can learn the same thing. The same goes with particular learning coding as well. You have to jump inside some ID, you have to practice the program, and at least 500 to 1000 lines of code. I want you guys to practice it. Why you want such? Because I don't want you guys to just walk in your career. I want you guys to sprint and to achieve everything within a fraction of second. And for that reason, you have to do the hard work, you have to do everything. So we are stopping here, and tomorrow we will start with the frozen set. And I hope you guys have understood anything. If you guys have anything or any doubt is there, you can certainly put it on to my channel. Okay, I will surely solve the doubts. And yes, uh, tomorrow just let's meet at the same time. Till then, bye bye, good night, take care, and